You're with Libby from libbystamps.com, and I'm here to show you another tip today to use with your stamps. And we're going to make this card. I've already layered it up. I'm using very vanilla cardstock. I always put a piece inside and stamp it, and then I use our C6 very vanilla envelopes, which are just gorgeous quality and well worth it. And I stamp the outside of that too, because you can't have a boring envelope, and you have to keep our posties happy. So I've layered it up. I've got the very vanilla card base, Marina Mist, Pool Party, the gold foil, and very vanilla again. And this is what we're going to do today. It's a bit of a shadow effect using our photopolymer stamps. So what we're using is just the Star of Light, which is in the current catalogue. Now it's bundled at the moment with the thinlets that go with it, and it's on sale on the year-end closeout, because being in the holiday catalogue, when it carries over, you won't be able to get it as a bundle with 10% off. So that's something to remember. All right, now I'm using Pool Party, Marina Mist, and some 3/8 of an inch gold ribbon trim, and some adhesive. I've already started the card, so I've already done my insert, and I've already stamped my envelope, and I've already mounted Marina Mist, Pool Party and the gold onto the card. So all I have to do now is mount this piece when we've finished stamping it. So to stamp it, I'm going to bring in my Stamp and Pierce mat, and note I've left the plastic bag on it, and I've done this for a reason, because sometimes when you stamp with the ink goes over your card onto the Stamp and Pierce mat. If you leave the plastic bag on it, you can then just wipe it off with a wet wipe. All right, now for this particular technique, we're going to mount our stamp up on our block, so you've got the flat surface facing you to start with. All right, so normally you'd have the raised surface. This time it's the flat surface. All right, so we're going to use our lightest colour first, our Pool Party, and we're going to ink up the flat side. So we need to ink it up gently, and just look through your stamp and make sure you've got ink everywhere. And then we're going to just stamp down so it's about in the middle. And then straight up, and then we've got our shadow. So I'll just clean that off, and I'm going to turn my stamp over now. So now I have the raised edge on top, and I'm going to ink it up with the Marina Mist, just gently, because you don't want it over inked. And then hopefully, if this works, it's a bit hard when you're not standing up above. All right, then you're just going to stamp straight down, and there you have your image over your shadow. Now I'm going to emboss the sentiment on the bottom with gold embossed powder. So I'm going to mount up my stamp, and this Merry Christmas is a bit well used, but I use our grid paper to line it up so I know it's straight on the bottom. This grid paper is great for your work surfaces, saves them getting inky or dirty. And then I'll just bring my mat back in. Alright, I'm going to ink up my sentiment and stamp it down. Alright, that's all I need my mat for. And I'll just bring in my gold embossing powder. Okay, and I just simply spoon some embossing powder over the sentiment, give it a good shake, check to see there's not too much over embossing powder everywhere. And yes, I did do this before and realised I'd done the wrong colour, so it's always the pale colour first and then the darker colour, and I'll be back in a minute when I've heat embossed that. So that's nicely heat embossed, and then I'm just going to bring in some fine tip glue pen, and I'm just going to put a dot here and maybe a dot here at the top, and that's to adhere the ribbon. Now here's a tip. Did you know that if you leave your fine tip glue pen, the glue on the cardstock for a few seconds, you get better sticky on it, so it adheres a little bit better, a little bit easier. Then I'm going to bring in some of our 3/8 gold ribbon trim and my Stamp and Piece tool, which is an invaluable tool. If you haven't got one of these, get one, because it's good for things like this, for glue dots, even opening packets of things. And I've already tied a little bow, which I'm going to adhere with glue dots. So while I'm waiting for that to stick, not to my finger, I'll get my glue dots out. Now, these are fantastic, but don't let your grandchildren near them. Oh, I know a lady whose grandkids love them. I'm sure they get sticky all over the place. Now, it's better to put the object onto your glue dot and lift it up that way, and then with my Stamp and Pierce tool, my piercing tool, I'm just going to squash that glue dot onto the back of the ribbon like that and try and get it off. Alright, and then I'm going to pull that bit down and adhere it just to the top like that. Alright, then I'm just going to turn my card over. Now obviously I've got far too much ribbon here, but don't waste it. Keep that for another project. You might make more of these cards. And I'm just going to take a bit of tear and tape and put that on the back. Alright, that's the front of our card finished, and all you need to do is adhere it to the rest of the card, which I put somewhere safe. Alright, so here's the rest of my card, and I'm just going to put Tombow multi-purpose liquid glue. If you haven't got any of this, you need some. All our adhesives are awesome, but this one's particularly good. There we go. And there's our card and our other one that we made. So we've got a shadow using our photopolymer stamps, and we've decorated our C6 Very Vanilla envelopes ready to send out for this Christmas. Alright, thanks for stopping by today. Bye for now.
If you wanna play, make it a better place. It'll take creation, imagination. Try to draw out